In today's video, we are going to delve into a crucial topic that forms very backbone of our nation, the fundamental liberties enshrined in Malaysian constitutions. So what's our goals? Our goal is to understand these liberties, their implications, and why are they so matter to every citizen in Malaysia. So before we dive into deeper, let me introduce the incredible team joining me today. My name is Webby, and I will be examining key legal cases related to these liberties and explaining the precedent they establish. Fundamental liberties are the bedrock of any democratic society. In Malaysia, these liberties are protected under Part 2 of the Federal Constitution. But where did they originate and how are they framed in the Malaysian context? From the historical roots, the concept of the fundamental liberties in Malaysia is heavily influenced by the British colonial rule and the principle of constitutional democracy. When the Federal Constitution was drafted in 1957, it was designed to balance individual freedoms with the unique social and political fabric of our multicultural society. So in the legal framework, key articles in the Constitution, such as Article 5 to 13, define these liberties that encompass a wide range of rights, from the right to life and personal liberties in Article 5 to freedom of speech, assembly, and associations in Article 10, and freedom of religions in Article 11. So the key point is, while these liberties are fundamental, they are not absolute. Limitations exist to ensure the public order, morality, and national security are upheld. Understanding this right is not just about knowing the law, it's about appreciating the principle of justice, equality, and dignity that underpin them. Moreover, I want to emphasize the matter of fundamental liberties. The matter of fundamental liberties refers to the basic rights and the freedoms that every individual is inherently entitled to, simply by being a human. This includes the right to live freely, speak openly, practice any religions, and to be treated equally under the law. They are called fundamental because they form the foundations of justice and democracy, ensuring that every citizen is protected under arbitrary actions, discriminations, or abuse of power by the state. In short, fundamental liberties are not privileges granted by the government. They are rights that must be respected and upheld in a circumstance with a reasonable boundaries set by the law. So now, how should we now elaborate on these provisions and their relevance in our daily lives? Thank you.
Thanks, Wibi. So what exactly are these fundamental liberties and how do they affect us? Let's explore some key provisions. Article 5, Right to Life and Liberty. Under this right, anyone who does not have a appropriate reason cannot be taken away or detained. Strong enforcement requires that police provide both a description of the arrest and legal representation during all interaction. Your personal freedom exists within this right to live and avoid unjustified mistreatment after a person's life. Article 8, Equality. According to Article 8, every person maintains equal status in front of the law despite their race or religion or gender. Every person requires fair treatment when they request justice or apply for a job during the process. Article 10, Freedom of Speech, Assembly and Association. Citizen possess freedom to participate in open dialogue and membership within association while organizing peaceful gathering with others. Public safety determines the boundaries of freedom of expression, but otherwise people can freely express themselves through social media and peaceful gathering. This right exists both in the Constitution and directly shape our daily lifestyle. Through this right, we achieve the ability to express ourselves for free as well as the protection from fear and the entertainment to respect. Knowledge of these rights enables us to protect ourselves along with building respect for the people surrounding us. Now, let's look at how these rights are actually used in real life. I will pass to the Guang Yi will share some landmark cases that show how our courts apply and protect this right.
Thanks, Housen. Now, let's take a closer look at how Malaysia codes that have helped define and protect our fundamental liberty through landmark legal cases. These cases are more than just a legal document. They represent the real people, real struggle, and real progress for our society. This case focuses on the delicate balance between freedom of speech and national security. Kabasang, a respect lawyer and politician, was charged for making critical comments about the monarchy during a public speech. The prosecution argued that his words would threaten national harmony. However, the court emphasized an important point. The freedom of speech is a fundamental right, but it comes with the responsibility, which you can express your will, but not in a way that incites hatred or disrupts the speech. In this landmark case, Indira Gandhi, a Hindu mother, filed for custody of her children after her ex-husband converted them to Islam without consent. The court ruled that such unilateral conversions were unconstitutional and that both parents must be involved in important decisions about their children. This decision reaffirmed the right of non-Muslim parents and protect the religious freedom of the family matter. This case was about the right to movement. Marachin, an active and member of parliament, was barred from travelling overseas without any clear reason. She challenged the decision and the court ruled in her favor. The judge declared that the government cannot restrict a person's movement arbitrarily. There must a valid legal basis. This case was a clear stand against the unchecked state power and in favor of personal liberty. This landmark case focused on the right to the fair trial and protection from arbitrary punishment. Elmanudo Atenza, a Filipino national, was charged under Section 37 of the Dangerous Drug Act, which presumed guilt based on the protection and imposed a mandatory death penalty without giving just the description consider the unique fact of the case. She challenged the constitutionality of the law, arguing that such presumption violates the right to be presumed innocent and her right to equality before the law. The federal court ruled in her favor, declaring that law which removes judicial discretion and treat all offenders the same, regardless of context, can lead to unjust outcomes. The court emphasized that fair trial rights include the ability to defend oneself fully and be just based on the individual circumstances. These landmark cases remind us that our rights are not just printed in the document, they are living, evolving protection that affect real life, and it's the roles of courts that interpret and uphold this liberty in the way that reflect justice, fairness, and the spirit of our Constitution. Now, let's hear from Siang, who will talk about how we, as citizens and government, can continue to protect and promote these fundamental rights.
Thanks, Guang Yi. You are right. Protecting this right is a job for all citizens and the government working together. As a citizen, we have a really important role. First, we need awareness. This means learning about our constitution and knowing what our right. Then comes advocacy. We should speak up and support leaders and policies that truly value our freedom. And finally, accountability. We need to expect fairness and openness from our public institutions and hold them to it. But it's not just on us. the government also have a key step to take. The first is legal reform. They need to ensure our laws are fair and match the principle in our constitution. Judicial independence is important. In that the judge can defend our right without pressure. So they must also protect the independence of our courts. And importantly, the government should promote the civic education, teaching everyone, especially young people, about their rights and responsibility as a citizen. When we, the citizen and the government, both do our part, and then when we can build a society where these fundamental liberties are not just ideas in the book, but a real everyday experience for everyone in Malaysia.
And making that reality is not just a hope. It's an ongoing task, a continued effort that rests on the shoulder of each and every one of us. It's about nurturing a culture where these rights are not just known, but deeply respected and actively practiced in our daily interaction. Think about what they real. Everyday experience truly means feeling secure enough to voice your opinion respectfully. Even if they're different from the majority, it means knowing that if you ever need to interact with the authorities or the legal system, you will be treated fairly and according to the established rules. It means having a freedom to make a personal choice about your life, your faith, and your family to protect by the law. So let's not see this as a discussion point. Let's take it as a personal call to action. What small thing you can do this week? Maybe it's reading one article about the Constitution, right? You didn't know much about. Maybe it's having a conversation with friend or family member about the importance of the fairness. Maybe it's simple paying more attention to how this principle play out in our communities. Every small action, every informed citizen, every voice raised on the justice contribute to the bigger picture. It reinforces the foundation of our democracy. Because this protecting this fundamental liberty is not just about the individual rights. It's about the building a stronger, more just, and more united Malaysia for everyone.
So in the end, I will pass to Chiman to make a conclusion.
Thank you, Siang. As we've seen today, basic freedoms are very important to who we are as Malaysians. This right help us live with respect, follow our dream, and give back to our country. But with right also come responsibilities. Each of us have a role to play. We must learn about our rights, respect the right of others, and speak up when we see something unfair. When we protect these freedoms, we are not only helping ourselves, we are also helping the next generation. Let's work together to build a nation that is fair, peaceful, and kind to everyone, no matter who they are. Every Malaysian deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. This difference makes our country special, and instead of dividing us, this shall bring us closer together. This is the true meaning of Keluarga Malaysia, a united and caring Malaysian family where everyone is accepted, supported, and given a chance to grow. Together, we can create a better future, a Malaysia where no one is left behind, where every child has the same chance to success, and where people are judged by their actions, not by their background. A future where justice is not just a word we read in a book or hear in speeches, but sometimes we see in real life in our school, our workplace, and our communities. Let's remember this. Freedom is not something we think about only during Merdeka, Malaysia Days, or during election. It's something we must protect and practice every single day in how we treat others, how we speak up, and how we support what is right. So take a moment and ask yourself honestly, what can I do today to help make Malaysia better, fairer, and kinder place tomorrow? Even small steps can lead to big change if we all do our part. Thank you so much for watching this video. So if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to support us. Let's keep learning and growing together. See you again next time.